Up, down, up, down. Hello everyone, my name is BadLuckRain, and today you'll be making a video on Lynne. This is a horror game that was chosen out of 4 games, so I'm actually kind of excited about this. It tackles problems like anxiety and like stuff like that, so I'm actually very into it right now. So without further ado, let's get into it. I have to check constantly that it's recording because I've been trying to play this game but it just doesn't record the game and it's annoying. So let's see if it records it now. I tried it for like 4 times, it doesn't work. When I regain consciousness, I realize I'm in a public bathroom, but it's not a normal public bathroom. The bathroom seems to extend outwards forever, infinitely, like an optical illusion. The dim light bulbs and suspended on flimsy plastic strings, the gutter it out in and out intermittently, unsure of themselves. Oh, what in the world is going on with the game? My head feels heavy. Why does it hurt so much? +1 stress. I sigh and hold a hand against my temple. I can feel it pushing beneath my fingertips. Gross. Human bodies are really gross. They are bags and flesh that contain all sorts of stuff, bones and blood and guts and goo, with their hearts and beats and lungs that shudder and bladder filled up with amber urine. Thinking about it makes me want to dig my fingernails deeper into the skin and dig it all out. But I bet that would look gross too. Maybe I should pull my eyes out first so I don't need to see it all, the blood as it splatters on the tiles. Wait, whoa, that's messed up. That is like incredibly messed up. But I don't know anything about biology, which I'm rubbish at school, but doesn't stay red for very long. When it's exposed to the air, oxides, I think, and then it starts to turn brown. Then it turns black. I try to imagine what it would look like if the endless, dingy bathroom was stained with my blood. I don't feel anything in particular. It doesn't feel good. It doesn't feel bad. Maybe that's because it hasn't actually happened. It's nothing more than silly fantasy. My head is still hurting. My footsteps fall against the floor. When did I start walking? I don't know. I feel like I've been walking for years. The walls and the floors and the stalls and the sinks and the dryers and the bins and the mirrors continue to repeat over and over again in a loop. A stuck videotape. We still have some sort of jazz, old videotapes from when I was a kid. It's mostly Disney stuff and Cinderella and White Snow. And Snow White. My parents aren't too well off, so we had to make do with what we had. Our batteries, our CVR, long after DVD players became normal. Our VCRs were like monsters. They made horrible noises whenever you put a tape in there, and it had cannibalistic tendencies. It liked to spill out tapes with the film rails leaking out. When I was young, it used to scare me a little. Lots of things scared me. I turned my head, placing this way and that. There are 5 sinks lined up neatly against the wall, completely with silver tapes and soap dispensers. Somebody stole a roll of toilet paper and left it soaking in one of the basins. The paper flops limpingly over the side of the bowl. It's a bit sad. The taps are turned off, but the water still drops from the faulty heads. They are leaking. The line roll loo paper is starting to turn soft. It's collapsing in itself like something rotten. I keep walking. I walk past the sinks. At least I think I walked past the sinks, but when I turn my head I can see them again, right in the corner of my eyes. 5 sinks, chipped and cracked, with soap dispensers and the same roll of toilet paper lying on the rightmost basins. The roll of paper is still being watered by the faulty tape. I walk by trying to ignore it, but when I glance to my right once more, there it is again. 5 sinks, 5 basins, 1 roll of toilet paper decomposing slowly. The toilet paper looks worse every time I see it. The white paper begins to flake away from the cardboard skeleton. It melts away. I feel like I'm melting away too. I don't know how long I've been walking. My feet are cramped inside my shoes. My toes are pushed and unpleasantly against the tip, so they rub red raw. That's when I realize I'm wearing my old white heels from Austin Shitter's wedding. Not her last wedding, the wedding before that. I must have been 9 or 10 back then. I'm 15 now, and my feet have done a fair bit of growing. No wonder those shoes hurt so much. My feet weren't made for them, not the feet that I have right now, at any rate. Why am I wearing them? It hurts, but I keep walking. I can't not stop walking. I'm afraid something bad will happen if I stop. Suddenly, alarmingly, I'm aware that I'm not alone. +2 stress. There's something behind me, but I don't know what that something is. I look back over my shoulder. My breath catches in his throat. Everything has been swallowed up by a musty, impenetrable darkness. The darkness smells like the inside of a walk-in wardrobe that it hasn't been walked through into a very long time. I tremble. My footsteps strike against the tile over and over. My heart beats inside my chest. It knocks against the ribcage. My feet hurt. They hurt so much. I think they've started to bleed. Sores and blasters run around the back of my feet. I can feel welts in the grooves between my toes. They are all bursting. Give it time and blood will turn burgundy, the dark red, then black. Aren't burgundy and dark red the same thing? Everything in here is the same. Everything repeats over and over again. The light bulb installs the sink, the tape, the toilet paper, the dreaders and the toilets and the mirrors and the mirrors. There's something strange about the mirrors. But no, it isn't the mirrors. It's the girl inside them. But why choose slosh when I come to the house? Everything smells. It smells of mouth and urine and my old bloody fluids. But the girl who looks back in the mirror, my finger gripped in the rim of the sink and tightly the nuts turn white, isn't me. I stare. She stares back. Questions run through my head. Where am I? How did I get here? What is this place? I was me when I first started walking, I think, but the more I walked in these 2 small shoes, the less it became me. I started to change. I just didn't realize it. Not until I saw myself in the mirror. This girl. Okay, I think I fixed it. The girl looks like me. She has the same hair, the same eyes, the same nose, the same ears, and the same lips. But she isn't me. My muscles tend beneath her skin. Her face responds. It smells when I smell and frowns when I frown. This face is mine, but I know it isn't. It can't be. I'm not her. She's not me. Lynne? When I speak out, an alien voice comes from my mouth. My breath catches in its throat. And then I feel something brush against the back of my neck. There's nothing in the mirror, but there's something behind me. I don't know what it is, but I know it's something cold. Even colder than the roll of paper soaking in the sink on the far right. I don't know how long it has been soaking for. I don't know how long I've been here. I don't know how long I've been her. I don't know anything really, but I do know that this is it. The end. This is all. There's been no more repetition. No more walls and floors and toilets and sinks and dryers and bins and mirrors. There's just me. Me and the darkness and the bad thing that lurks within it. Behind me. Breathing against my neck. Welcome home, Lynne. It seems to say with invisible teeth incrustating my algae. We missed you. But that's not fair. They got the wrong girl. I'm not her. I'm not Lynne. Hey Squirt, rough night? I rode through the bread bin, unnearing the last 2 slices of water butter half and half. Naturally, they're the crust of nobody wants. I glare at Jazz. She's sitting on the kitchen table eating her own slice of toast, not the crust. She saved those for me. Oh, thanks a lot. No problem, honey. Why are you so selfish? I wonder. Maybe because I'm a horrible person. Well, I know that. I slot my crust into the toast and sigh. I feel worked up. I've been worked up ever since I woke up. I was worked up when I brushed my teeth. I was worked up when I was combing my hair. I was worked up when I was putting on my skirt and sliding up my socks and buttoning up my shirt. Now, I'm worked up as I wait for my incredible appetitious breakfast to finish toasting. I fish a knife from a cutter drawer and peer inside the inner working of the toaster. I peer a little too close, actually, and my hair nearly gets caught inside of it. I draw back, startled. Jazz snorts. Well done, genius. Shut up. I stick my tongue out at her. She sticks her tongue out, too. I glance back at the toaster, but I don't lean quite so closely this time. I tap my feet against the floor and sigh. Why is this taking so long? You going anywhere in a hurry? I have to go to school. I don't know why you're so eager. I always hated school. Yeah, but I have exams coming up. I picked up a knife and began to prod the tops of my slowly toasting crust. You shouldn't do that. You'll electrocute yourself. Like you care. I do care, actually, and you'll definitely care when 1 million watts of electricity are coursing through your thick skull. I'll survive. That's what you think. God, why do kids think they know everything? I'm not a kid. Please. Jazz turns and rolls her eyes. She does this thing a lot. It's very effective. Jazz always wears a lot of makeup and she's good at applying it. Her eyes are particularly expressive. Jazz is pretty already. She doesn't really need makeup, but that makes her even prettier. According to Jazz, putting on her makeup is the sole thing that gets her out of bed in the morning. I guess there's not much else for her to do. She doesn't have a job. She just sits around the house all day. Sometimes I wish I could do that. I thought you were mean to be the smart one in the family, Lynne. I'm not smart. I suck. Literally. Piss off. Jazz is the one who sucks, and that is literally. The bulge on her belly is proof enough. Now that you get pregnant like that, I know that much. Jeez. I might be in secondary school, but I'm not that thick anyway. The toaster pings and bread crust pop out like I should be happy to see them. I'm not. Piss off. I poke the crust with the tip of the knife again. They don't reply. Jazz does. Why are you talking to your breakfast, you crazy girl? I thought you said you wouldn't want to be late to school. I don't. Then why don't you get a move on? You'll miss your train. I know. I grab a plate and slide my crust into it. A smear butter on the crust an inch thick looks like it somehow makes the taste better, and scoop the lemon curd for good measure. The lemon curd mixes up with the gooey and bright yellow butter, and the end result looks kinda gross, but it tastes fine. I take my plate to the kitchen table and stumble on my way there, twisting my ankle on thin air. +1 stress. I curse behind my breath. Shit. Hey Lynne, are you sure you're okay? You seem a little out of it. A little, I guess. Bad dream? Yeah. Bad dreams don't quite cover it. Terrible, more like it. My feet still hurt. I checked them when I woke up this morning, trembling, to see whether they were still in one piece or not. I was afraid they'd be a blooded stump, a little bones all broken from being forced into shoes too small for me. They looked fine, but that was just 10 minutes ago. What about now? My toes curl up against the inside of my shoes. Jazz stares at me. Does she think I've gone totally mental? Maybe I have. You were tossing and turning like the girl from The Exorcist this morning. Then you woke me up. So that explains why Jazz got up so early. She doesn't usually surface until good noon. She doesn't have to. Not since she dropped out of 6th form college. All she does is practice her makeup in front of her vanilla mirror. Our vanilla mirror, actually, since we share the same bedroom. Eat cereal and watch the Jeremy Kyle show. I stare at my crust. My crust stares back, slathering in butter and lemon curd. My stomach churns. I'm sorry, Jazz. It's alright. I'd already had my revenge. The bread? Jazz coils and stirs her and strands her hair about her fingers, and she looks smug. So, what you gonna be doing today? More studying? Don't mention the S word. Now. You got your GCSEs coming up in what? 3 weeks? You better get cracking. Smoking that weed. I bite into my bread, crusting smurd and butter and lemon curd. The butter is svelte, oily and fatty, while the lemon curd is sharp and sweet. It's thick, sticky. I feel like it's clogging up my throat. Maybe I put a little too much on. You know, Mom and Dad expect a lot from you. Don't let them down. Gross, too stressed. I feel sick. I definitely used too much lemon curd. Jazz, please. What? It's the truth. After I turned out so much a monumental F-up, at least you could do is not fall at your GCSEs. You're supposed to be the smart one, remember? That's what they say, but... My voice stress off, my chest are smeared with toast crumbs and bits of lemon curd. They feel oily. I swallow. I don't want to talk about it. Well, you'll probably be fine. You have to try to do your worst in your GCSEs than I did. Yeah, but it's different now. You could have retaken your exams. I can't. It sucks to be you. Just sounds cheerful and kind. It makes me want to punch her, but I know I can't. Not anymore. We used to fight a lot when we were younger, with hair pulling and scratching, but now Jazz is pregnant. I feel a little guilty about napping her. You can't hit pregnant women. Even if that pregnant woman is your sister, who is really a woman? Respect the women. I don't think she is anyway. She's only 19. She's still a teenager, actually, technically. I lick my lemon curd tongue against the roof of my mouth. I should probably get going. You probably should. Don't drop out of school before the exam starts, otherwise what will be the point? Sometimes I think Jazz deserves happiness from my suffering. She really is a rotten big sister. She's always been like that. She used to bully me relentlessly when we were little. She was always kicking me beneath the dinner table, hitting me with the TV remote, and whispering creepy stories into my ear at night when I was trying to sleep. She told that Santa wasn't real when I was 4. No, that's so cruel. That is so cruel. Ah, damn. That ruins the magic. That is the one true, like, non-human thing. I cried. Me too. I would've. I cried a lot. And then she went and got herself knocked up. Now that she's really heavily pregnant, I can't argue back when she's starting being a bad person because I'd feel guilty. Maybe she's smarter than the GCSE's results give her credit for. I drop my plate in the sink and coat it with crumbs and smear of buttery lemon. What are you going to do all day, Jazz? Watch the Jeremy Kyle show, probably. Don't you ever get sick of that? Nope. I don't like that show. I think it's mean. It's the sort of show that makes fun of people like Jazz. The audience watches those poor, sad, broken people pour their guts and argue with each other and break down into tears, and then they laugh and cheer and applaud like it's something funny. It isn't funny. It's real people's lives. And I hate it. But Jazz doesn't seem to care. I know it's mean, but I'm not on the show. What does it matter? I run my dirty plate beneath the lukewarm water and frown. It just isn't very nice. Says you. Didn't you give that girl in your class a black eye a few months ago? She deserved it. She called you a slut. She might have been right. Jazz prouds at her belly. It strains beneath her shirt like a large, obscene balloon. Maybe I am a slut. That's why I can't argue with Jazz anymore. Not even when she steals my apricot yogurt. She doesn't fight back, like she's used to it. Well, I'm gonna leave it here, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll definitely continue this story. This story is phenomenal. I'm in love with it. So definitely like, comment, and subscribe if you enjoyed this video. Follow me on social media. And as always, I will see you all next time. Bye bye.